live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Miq Strawn.
What did you think of the movie?
What did I think of it?
Yeah.
That was alright.
Yeah? So, Spidey Sense or Peter Tingle? Yeah, there you go.
We just saw a little movie.
Following the events of the Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up and take down new threats in the world that can change forever.
So, something like that. Anyway.
Is that what that was?
Did I say it too fast?
Following the events of the Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up to take on new threats in a world that has changed forever.
In a world that has changed forever.
The thing is the way that...
Hey, I almost got it, didn't I?
In a world that has changed forever.
See, you've got the voice for it. See, now, here's the thing. Take that, just the end of the sentence right there. In a world that has changed forever, and then read the beginning of the sentence.
In a world that
has changed forever, following the events of the Avengers.
Yeah, see? That's the way it would have been said in that guy's voice. That's you always
I miss that guy.
Yeah.
What happened to that guy? The In a World guy.
In a world of erectile dysfunction.
In a world. I saw a film about supposedly his daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with Lake Bell. And and she kind of like was carrying on the torch of that guy, only she was a girl.
Whoa.
Woohoo! It was pretty funny.
That's awesome.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
I feel bad for Gilbert Gottfried. He lost his job as the Affleck guy. You know.
He's still the Affleck guy to me.
He is. He's
totally.
always been Affleck.
He will always be. Yeah.
But not Ben Affleck. You know how I feel about him.
Ben Affleck.
In fact,
Ben Affleck.
That's usually my reaction when I see Ben Affleck on, especially when he's playing Batman. I'm like, Affleck. Whoever decided to put him in a Batman suit, which was, I think he did, didn't he? Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tariq.
We're talking about Spider-Man.
The
Marvel.
We're what's the actual name of this? Go down for
Spider-Man Far From Home.
So, so he goes on a trip.
Yep. To Europe with his high school class.
Europe with his whole high school class. Yes. And a lot of secrets are revealed. A lot of things that have been made up of the Spider-Verse kind of resolved themselves in this, you know?
Yes.
And kind of gave him a new direction. There is something that I like about the whole Avengers thing overall. And it's not that it's not that I really enjoy it, but the whole how long have we been watching Avengers films since the 2000s?
It's like a fabric and everything weaves together.
That's exactly what it is. But not only that, there's people get old within this fabric, and sometimes the character dies away.
Yes.
And sometimes
this had some explanations that were interesting.
Sometimes the character is replaced. Sort of like what happened to little Sarah Connor.
Right. Yeah.
Back in the day.
Well, this had references up the
it did, totally. Right.
It was kind of over the top, but no, it didn't bother me. In fact, as a Spider-Man movie, I just gotta say I like this one a lot.
Here's the thing. I saw it twice today. I took the grandkids to see it. And in all honesty, with the grandkids, I didn't enjoy it that much. But seeing it again, I kind of got away from the story. The story itself to me was a drag. Okay, but the placement.
To me, it was kind of an average Spider-Man story with a little Avengers stuff mixed in.
I know that's what it was, but the thing is within it, the story inside of it of the placement of characters coming into the Avenger universe, that was interesting.
And I thought you were going to say you were distracted because it was in 3D by his spider bulge.
Well, you know. I am human after all.
Not to
I am just human after all.
Not to get off subject. No, I totally agree with you though. That I like how they worked it. The story to me was kind of boring, but I like how they made it not so annoying or not so abrupt. I don't know how to say it. Like they didn't crowbar stuff in. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Like they did a good job of subtly putting some stuff in here and there, and explaining things without being stupid.
There was an extent to where this story by itself is kind of like part of the piecing together of the Avengers as after the
thing happened.
The last thing with the thing and the thing. We
don't want to spoil the Avengers because it's still in the theater.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
I don't know about that. Don't care. It's just that the Avenger world, the Marvel world, was kind of rebuilt within the last two Avengers films, right?
They're even trying to rebuild with X-Men.
Right. All of this
is
exactly, and this is part of that shakeup, and I. Because of that, I think it was a very transitional film.
It's almost like Marvel was bought by a company.
By a soulless corporate beast.
And they're like, how can we make some money with this?
Oh, let me tell you the ways.
And no, I'm not talking about Disney. No.
I
would never say anything bad about Disney.
You never say anything bad about Disney.
No, because they can come get me.
Bill Butler will not let you say anything bad about Disney.
Right, yes.
Yeah, William.
Which, by the way, that's still on my list. My babysitter.
Yeah, my
the superhero.
My babysitter, the superhero. Right?
Yeah, but I want to see that. But
yeah, I know. I
can't find it.
I don't know what's going on with that. We got to get Bill back on and go.
He should be sending us a copy because we're his buddies.
Yeah,
even though he doesn't know who I am.
Right, exactly.
He just heard a voice. It's like, what was that?
A mysterious disembodied voice. I wonder who that could be. So, definitely, I think that it's funny when I say to myself that the swirling optical effects were kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
And then you realize that they're a big part of the plot, right?
Yeah.
And you go, should I forgive it for that?
Well, that other Spider-Verse movie, Into the Spider,
Don't you dare say anything bad about that.
No, the animated one. I was saying there were some really psychedelic parts to that movie.
Yeah,
but it was okay because it was animated.
Right.
This was like psychedelic parts in it too.
Well, yeah, but
with live action.
That's the part I hated about this movie. That's that the
you didn't like that
in the middle,
little 2001-ish kind of.
Yeah, that was.
It was interesting. I had for a while. Actually, there was a moment where I don't want to
give them. I don't want to give them credit for this fact that if they had done it really well, I could have been impressed. But going on an acid trip in the middle of a film is nice, but it's got to be good acid.
Mm-hmm.
And this was not good acid. This was the brown stuff that they had at Woodstock back in the day. Don't take whatever you do. Don't take the brown acid.
Was there actually an announcement like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
To get back to the warning that I've received, you may take it with however many grains of salt you wish, that the brown acid that is circulating around us is not specifically too good. It's suggested that you do stay away from that. Of course, it's your own trip, so be my guest, but please be advised that there is a warning on that one.
I've tried to watch some of those, I tried to watch the movie, but I didn't really watch the whole thing. There was parts of it.
There was a bad brown acid.
Wow.
That's come on. You knew that, right?
I didn't. It's just.
You had to see. It's.
I think I'd heard that before.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
so this Spider-Man, I gotta say it, like
Tom Holland.
It's like I really don't like Tobey Maguire anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy has a lot more charisma.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. I think that this guy plays the younger character better, and he plays the angst of teenagehood a little bit better, almost to the point to where his growth has got me stunted. I've never had problems with other people's growth or lack of it stunting me before, but it's
see, that's getting a little. Looks like he had the brown acid. with that
yeah, it's hard to shake. It really is.
But no, I really liked him. And like, I used to like all the Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire. Now I'm like thinking, I don't know if maybe I'll go watch him. Maybe there's something different that I like about him, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's
what
it's kind of like the Darren on Bewitched.
Right.
I think I kind of like the second one better. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know.
No.
The first one was definitely better.
The first one was better. No,
you know
what? Them's fighting words right there. Them's fighting words.
Well, I even just
ding dong
argued with myself about it. So
yeah, geez.
Obviously, I don't really believe it.
You pulled yourself back from the brink of horror.
I did.
So,
this guy is a video. The guy that directed this is a video guy.
Oh, is he really?
Like he did mostly music videos.
Oh,
believe it or not.
Fat Boy Slim one. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to get caught watching the monitor again. That doesn't work for me.
What do you think of Zendaya?
I love her.
I think she's going to be really she has a really interesting look.
She has a great look. She is a good actress.
Yeah.
She has.
I like her sarcastic way of saying things.
I was going to say she has a thing.
Yeah, she has a thing.
She absolutely has this total thing.
And I've seen her on talk shows, and she's similar on talk shows.
I'm telling you, she's going to be big stuff. When I first saw her come out, I kind of think that it was on the first Spider-Man or one of them, and I thought, oh yeah, she's absolutely, she just has this way about her that is charismatic as hell.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, really, I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think everybody that was in this was good.
Yeah.
Even Jake Gyllenhaal was pretty damn awesome, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Marissa Tomei was the Aunt May.
She's amazing.
Yeah, and I think even Favreau did better than average in this one.
I mean, if you look at his work, he actually had a character.
Yeah, I think he did better in this one than the other ones. The other ones were just kind of like he was just just make sure I'm in the movie.
Yeah,
write me in there.
Give
me a couple lines.
Don't you always get that feeling from Favreau? Is like he's like the buddy that kept hanging around with Adam Sandler until put me in a film, please, please, I want to be in the film so much. How about Swingers? That isn't going to make any money.
Well, in this case, he actually had to become a producer to put himself in the movies.
Well, but he's a big deal these days.
I did like that chef movie about him that he did. That was pretty awesome because I really like food trucks. So he did this movie about
it was
starting
really
a food
good.
truck. It was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, it really was pretty good. Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm supposed to ask you a question about a building.
A building. Oh, Carolco.
Carolco. There's something about it. You said, remind me about Carolco.
Now this all.
Now, how should I rephrase that so it sounds like it's natural? Because
natural. Okay. You were asking me in the car on the way back,
okay.
Okay, you go with it.
So I'm glad that the Spider-Man franchise looks like it's very healthy right now,
right?
Because I was thinking about it on the way back. I brought this up. I said, I was thinking about all these companies that have been destroyed by films,
destroyed by a single film, right?
Yes, and you brought up something about Carolco.
Carolco.
And I don't remember that at all.
Carolco. Well, you know what? While I tell this story, you can look up the film that killed Carolco.
Storytime.
Storytime. It's Storytime with Miq.
Storytime with Miq.
Storytime with Miq.
Storytime with Miq. Storytime with Miq. Storytime with
Because there was absolutely one film that totally killed it. So I'm going to tell you the story about me going into the building. Just as they left the building, just as Carolco, which was Arnold Schwarzenegger's company, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger had this, they were going to be the 80s super company, right? And so they did see the client collapse. They took over the Terminator films and all the rest of that. They did T2,
Total Recall,
T3, Total Recall, right? I mean, they were on a roll, and and I think that Cutthroat Island was the one that really and Cliffhanger.
Michael Douglas.
That and Cliffhanger together, they just killed
Cliffhanger was Stallone. Yeah.
So here's the thing. So the
Showgirls.
The Showgirls is well known. The thing is they're leaving the building, literally still leaving the Carolco building. The big thing is on the
marquee or whatever, the sign. Yeah.
It says Carolco. They were still taking desks out of there, and we were working on this film called Chairman of the Board, and Chairman of the Board. We had to do this boardroom, right? And so we took the Carolco boardroom. I mean, the boardroom that they had, it had this enormous table. I mean, it was like it was like where they have to build the table in the room, right? It was so big. In fact, when they left,
like a proxy size,
right? Exactly. No, absolutely. It was one area code and two others, just for this one table. And the thing is so when they left, they left the table, right? And the chairs were still in it, right? And so they're doing the board, the chairman of the board in this room with this enormous table. And the idea was that they had, that he, the chairman of the board, was listening to music so loud in his office, which was right next to this, that it disrupted the meeting because the door was flexing out. Right? And so what we did is we took and put our own door in one of the in the office, right?
Yeah, right.
And we took a piece of sonotube that was 8 feet long, and maybe I think it was like 18 inches around, right? And we put it onto, we like glued it onto the side of a piece of plywood, right? And that was the size of the door opening. And then we put dental dam over the face of the door and painted it like a door with with the same wood grain as was in the rest of the building. And then we got a plunger. And we're in the room next to this room, which was also enormous, right? Only it didn't have the big table in it. So we had the plunger that could go all the way out. So we're 16 feet away with the plunger. And the way that we did it was there was my assistant is pushing on the plunger, and I have a carburetor on the side of this that I'm covering with my hand, and I have a rubber glove on my hand, and the carburetor is probably 3 inches around, literally, and so he's supplying the force of it, right, and I'm
letting it out.
Letting it out. So as he's coming across, I'm going bop, bop, which means that the door is going out and in and out and in and out and in, and we did it to a beat track, right? So that it goes with music, right? And the doors boom, boom, boom. And the director, and this is nothing against anybody. The director was gay, okay? And he comes onto the set, and because of the nature of how we were set up, he couldn't see us behind there, right? All he saw was the door in the room, in the Carolco building, right? Right? And so we literally, we do the first take, right? And we do the boom, 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 cut. All of a sudden, the director, and he was a very flamey guy, and he comes around the corner and he goes, "Oh Oh my! Look at that! That's amazing. Is that how you're doing that? He looks, and so of course we're special effects people. So we show him how to do the carburetor and all the rest of this, and he goes, "I'm having a party tonight, and I would give you $1,500 just to bring this rig to the party." And I was like,
He wanted you to bring the bulge to the party?
Yeah. And I was going, huh. And all I could think of, I sort of got, when he said it, just alarm bells were just going off in my head, left and right. I said, you know what? I'm going to have to say no. Because I didn't want anybody to get hurt, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. You don't want anybody with hurt feelings.
Nah, it wasn't the feelings I was worried about. It wasn't the feelings I was worried about. Let's just put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I see on Wikipedia, I don't know how accurate that is, but Cutthroat Island was released at Christmas and it was a disaster.
Yeah, it was a complete disaster.
They sold it to
it put them immediately
20th Century Fox.
Literally put them immediately out of business. I mean, they didn't have a. I guess they didn't have a depth of of money to like just lose it like that, and they just completely crashed it. I mean, it literally was like they were the hot ticket.
Yeah.
Super busy. Boom! Crash.
Well, if you look at the list, you can kind of see that Cliffhanger was probably the beginning of the end.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just things. Yeah. And the thing that I really like is that Rennie Harlan had so much to do with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Rennie Harlan was at the string of a bunch of really bad films by the time he got onto Cutthroat Island with Gina Davis, who was his fling at the time. That's just nothing good could have come out of any of that. I mean, there was way too many drugs going around. Decision making was suspect at best.
Wow.
So, yeah. So what did you think of the
Well, I'm distracted by this.
I know turn this monitor
Resurrection
off.
of Carolco in 2015 to 17, and then of course it failed. But
it failed again.
It's interesting though. It was interesting to see that all of a sudden. Okay. Anyway.
Look at
back to Spider-Man.
Eyes forward, mister.
Let's go back to the Spider-Man.
Eyes forward. Stop looking at the damn monitor. Okay.
Well, Mark Patton just added a new photo on Facebook, so I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, how important can it possibly be?
It's Mark Patton.
That's right.
I don't know. He's important, isn't he?
Well, he is kind of, yeah. Anyway, that delectable little story aside, I'm gonna have and see here. This bothers me. It bothers me that I really that I kind of liked this film a lot the second time through. I'm gonna have to give it a 3.2.
Was it because it was in 3D?
You know what? It actually had something to do with it because honestly, I have to tell you, there were so many shots that were totally set up for 3D in this film.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is for 3D in general, Spider-Man, you can't get any better because the shots of him swinging and coming in and you have a lot of
his moving towards the
you have a lot of squat and stretch and stuff that you can.
There was a weird landing. Like, it wasn't a landing, it was like a pose.
Yeah, no, he did.
That kind of bothered me a little bit, but...
Yeah, it wasn't
a landing.
It wasn't quite the superhero pose.
No.
It was kind of like modified. I think it was a superhero 1A.
But that looked a little awkward in 3D. And actually, I was actually going to say something on the way out. I said, I have something to say about movies, but it's kind of related to this, but not really.
Right. 3D
used to be really, like, insane, like, things would come at your head, like... It was a lot more intense.
Yeah, well, it was...
So this is like they just convert stuff to 3D out after the fact, but they set up the shots so it converts well. Is that how it works? Like, it doesn't seem like it has the same effect to me. And you can see the edge kind of die off faster on the edge of the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm remembering movies that my dad would take me to. Like, they would replay movies from the 50s and 60s where the telescope would come at your head.
Yeah, but
everybody would duck.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit more of a novelty.
Yeah.
But
it was, they didn't have writing to fall back on.
This, you might have a nose to, like, you know, that you might want to, maybe I can touch the nose. But it's not the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's really worthwhile to even have 3D.
I have all kinds of problems with 3D. The 3D technology is so.
It is. I guess it is clearer and crisper than it was when they did the blue and red.
It is. Yeah.
I don't know.
But to a certain extent,
I'm indifferent about it. I guess, which I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because I used to be excited about it.
You know what was weird? Some of the boat, just the beginning boat sequence. Of them, if seeing the canal boats,
right? The
canal boats by themselves were really interesting in 3D. You know, they had some really interesting shots, and I might add that there was a lot of, they had a big group of people that they were dealing with, all the students, and I know this is going to sound weird, and it's just like a production designer thing, and like me from years and years of like being a visualist, but they really did a good job of shooting them together as a group, because there was always like interest and they were moving into it, or they were getting like even when the boat is coming by, the boat never just goes by. They get it on a 3/4, and they're coming around like this, and it's not like everybody is ever standing in a row or something.
And then
like
he had
that.
one person sitting off to the side,
right? Exactly, and
for a reason, obviously,
right. And all of that really, really, really worked.
Yeah.
And I have to say, now you understand, because you've been on the set before. And you understand why I did that all the time, and I would break. Remember, there so many times I would say, "No, let's put this person here and stop lining everybody up in a row."
Yes, yeah.
I did that often.
Yeah, and
that's.
Well, I've also noticed things in movies where things were evenly spread out too much. Like,
right. Well, exactly. But that evenness, it's like the dynamic of being at a 3/4 to something, it should be your standard, as opposed to the dynamic in your head of just seeing, people flat. And the thing is it isn't thought about unless somebody brings it up, and that's that.
Well, I took a lot of photography classes, even just like framing something in the middle.
Oh, right, exactly.
Instead of like doing 2/3 or where it's more interesting.
Or getting your right, exactly. And
perspective.
And that was one of my jobs on Vengeance, was to make us do that, make us make every shot interesting.
I wonder if we should convert that to 3D. No. I'm just kidding.
Please, no.
I would like to see a Freddy Krueger movie in 3D. I don't know.
Ouch.
That was just so awesome. You believed I was Freddy Krueger for a second.
Yeah, I did. Absolutely. I pulled my nose
back. That movement I just did?
Yeah. So what did you think of the film?
I think you gave it a 3.5.
I gave it a 3.2.
Did I hear that right? Oh, 3.2. Oh my God. See, I guess I'm giving it more than that. Like I think it was 3.5, or I don't think I'm going to go any higher than 3.5. 3.5 feels good to me.
There you go. Yeah. So
I don't know what I would have given the other Spider-Man movie, because I don't remember it that clearly. But the cartoon one
was
if you haven't seen that one, it's just showed up on Netflix, so watch it.
Yeah, it did show up on Netflix. I have to tell you that I think was one of the rare 3.9 and 4 that we've done, that we both dead agreed that it was one of the best films that has been out in at least 5 years.
Of course, part of that, maybe part of it was because neither one of us thought it was going to be that great walking into it.
It could be, because
the trailers were so bad.
Beating expectations. It definitely beat.
So maybe that new Fast and Furious movie is going to be the best movie of the decade. I tried to say it with a straight face.
You're not smoking anything over there, I can tell. Have you been putting things up your butt?
No.
Okay.
Not in the last 10 minutes.
Because that last statement, I think you had to be high to make that.
Well,
even in jest. You could say that you were just high. Oh, on that sad note, we'll see you.
Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.